Okay, so it is Monday the 28th. I think it's bank holiday. It's gone midday and it's as grey as anything out there. So, well, what the hell? Let's stay in here and do some more hobbying. Yeah, it's gone midday because I've been watching Star Wars and just basically chilling. So I might not get as much hobby done today as I would normally. So, yeah, let's show you what I'm up to at the moment. So this morning I've uploaded the first blog and we'll see how that gets on to see whether this video sees the lights of day or not. And I've got the Hundo ready to go on the painting desk, but we'll see if I get around that. The hobnobs didn't survive. This is why I cannot be trusted around hobnobs. So a moment. Okay, moment gone. And the other thing I want to get done today is this infinity mirror. So I would like to get this done at some point. There's a thing on there, so that's going to get done at some point. So I want to get this done today. It's going to be pretty plain and boring because it's supposed to be a ship interior type thing. So what I thought I'd do is kind of show you what I'm doing and how we're doing it and all that kind of stuff. It might be interesting, might be not. So first thing I did was buy an infinity mirror off the eBay. It's a 9-inch mirror, a 9-inch round mirror, which I kind of thought was about the same size as something I already had, which was that. So this is the TT Combat Mega Turbine, and that was about 9 inches. And I kind of put 2 and 2 together, and I thought it'll kind of work. So that should look okay. This one's been salt weathered, which is a really nice effect, especially on MDF. So that's what I did with that. I'm probably not going to do the salt weathering on that one, because like I said, this is supposed to be an interior ship design, so why would they be? Anyway, so this is the TT Combat. I will put a link at the bottom of the video. So TT Combat Mega Turbine, I'll pop a link there. That and that mirror off eBay, it really was only a few quid for a 9-inch round infinity mirror, and put them together like that. But unfortunately, the sizes just aren't quite big enough to get the edge panels in, because what I wanted to do is I wanted to slot it inside, but it's just too big. So the plastic just sticks out too much. So I've had to improvise and change and whatnot. It also, if I can see, if you can see that, I'm looking down, you see there's a height difference as well, which is a pain. So I've had to chop down every one of these steps. Basically it's one of the steps off the bottom just chopped off, and that's kind of it really. So I've got lots left. So I've got oodles and oodles of bits and pieces left that I might be able to mix something with later. Because these panels are quite nice. Those panels are quite nice, and you can kind of get stuff that sticks out of them. So I might do something with those later. Now the other thing I need to do is get this painted. So the side of this is very, very plain, and I think I need to put something on there. Turn it off. So I need to put something on there to make it a little bit more interesting. So I'm thinking maybe pipes, gubbins, that kind of stuff. So what I might be doing is, let me raid me bit box again. This is a lot easier to do. So what I might end up doing is raiding bit boxes. Probably not this one, because this one's just full of orcs. It has got some gubbins bits in there. This one's better. This one's got some more bits in it, mostly 40k stuff, but 40k or not, that's a ladder in any language. I'll get rid of those skulls because they're a bit ridiculous. But that's definitely a ladder for another access. In fact, I'll stick that to one side, that's good. Some more gubbins. So yeah, let's get some panels on it. That's a bit talky. So yeah, I'm going to kind of root about in here in a bit. I think I'll get some plastic pipes and things like that as well. See what I can do with that. Yeah, so join me later. Maybe later today, maybe tomorrow. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick some gubbins around the edge of that, put some masking tape on the thing, and get it painted up. Really got to need to look through there. Blah blah blah. Okay, so quick update. As you can see, that's the mirror I've got. I don't know if you can see it, probably not. Hang on. Don't know if you can see, but I'm doing my glue patch test there because I'm not too sure what this plastic is. So I've got that one's super glue and that one's plastic glue. So I'll try and peel them off and see which one the best one is. Obviously, mask the mirror up, and around the edges, I've just marked off where the stairs and all the kind of notches are. So when I place bits and pieces, it makes sense. A little bit of time spent, but yeah, it'll be easier once I start sticking on the gubbins. Okay. Okay, so sticking stuff on side. I'm not 100% sure about them, but we'll have to see once it's painted up, I suppose. Slow going because it's glue's taking ages to dry. But yeah, it's just a few bits and pieces, isn't it? Just to break up that plain edge. Good morning. It is Tuesday. Yeah, definitely Tuesday. 29th maybe. And yesterday I didn't do a great deal at all, I've got to admit. Stuck one of these hatches on there because I thought it might look better. These hatches are kind of like the resin that's available from TT Combat. You get a packet of them for not a lot of money. Kind of make things just look that little bit extra. And the gubbins have glued to the side of this mirror. If we can focus in. So a few bits and pieces. Those tau plaster things don't look too bad. But it is only scenery. It's not the. It's not a main piece of miniature. Can't think. It's not a main. It's not a kind of like. What do you call them? Central Army piece. Oh, I forget. Yeah, the model that looks good in your army. So yeah, let's chuck some paint on it now. Normally I'd go outside and paint these on the bins, but as you can see, it's snowing over there. If you can just see on the horizon, that's Batman's house, Sutton Hall. But yeah, I wonder if he's in. But yeah, I would normally go outside and spray, but it's not exactly the conditions for spraying out with the ash can outside. So I'm going to do what you shouldn't do and paint inside. So just a quick, so I've got some grey primer for plastic. For those in the UK, this is from The Range, very inexperienced, so that's going to be priming the plastic mirror. And the other one is this stuff. So Rust-Oleum Painter's Touch multi-purpose spray, and again, if you're from the UK, this is from Wilko's. It goes on that stuff lovely. It's nice and thick, and it covers up MDF really quite nice. So it's definitely worth an investment on this. It takes ages to dry, but yeah, well, this stuff's just nice. It's not very nice to breathe in, so I'm going to paint it, open the windows. It's going to get very, very cold in here. I've got a couple of windows, so I can get a nice draft coming through. It's going to get very cold, so I'll probably disappear and go and have a coffee. But yeah, I'm going to give these a quick blast, put a mask on, and I'll come back a little later because I'm not going to do anything major paint wise on these because it's inside of a spaceship, so it's going to be grey, isn't it, really? So yeah, join me a little bit once that bit's done. Oh, and because this is not my first rodeo, I've just attached a bit of masking tape so I can lift it up without touching the paint. See? Clever. Okay, so that's the first blast done. It's quite heavy in here, so I'm not going to hang around, and I'll give it another blast in after I've had a cup of coffee and things have gone off a bit. But yeah, seems to have gone on pretty well. Windows can open, so I've got some nice through air, so it should clear off by the time I get back up here. So yeah, coffee time. Doesn't look too bad. It's had a couple of coats, and you know what, I'm gonna let it dry off because it's cold as anything up here. There's soup steam coming off it, probably can't see, but it's not too bad. It's an even colour, even coat, bit glossy, but I'll knock that down with some matte varnish. I think that's it for that for today. But yeah, it's going to look good. It's going to look good. So I'll leave that one for now, because I've got a Hundun to do. Hundun? Yeah, I think she's called the Hundun. So I'm going to close these windows because it's nice and fresh in here, and I'm going to get some heat on because it's cold. Okay, so the Hundun is got some base coats on it. It's not until you start really painting and paying attention to these focus, to these miniatures, that you see just how good the sculpting is. That cloak is lovely. She's hanging off that horrible tactical rock that doesn't suit my base at all, but we'll skip over that. But yeah, the light grey and the dark grey go really well with the green, so yeah, it's going to look nice. Plus it's still cold as cold in here, so things are taking a while to dry, but hopefully things, I'm going to give it a wash. A watered down nun oil on the light grey and a thick horrible nun oil on the base. I might try and do something coming out of that chimney effect thing. That might look good. But yeah, she's a lovely little model. Sculpture is just fantastic. Bit of a breeze coming up where she's looking down. Cool. Cool. We've got some ink on it. Maybe not as watered down as much as it should have been. Oop, focus. But yeah, it's on there. Liquid Talent, love it to bits. Best invention ever. But yeah, that's inked. That's got to dry now. And I might have even bought one of those for Christmas as well. It's gonna make me feel sick, but it's what I'm gonna do. You know it. Okay, so the ink's dried. It's dried lovely. So I put the brown fur edge onto the coat, looking really nice. And those 3 points of white, once I've got another coat, maybe 2, that will kind of pop out lovely. So really pleased with how she's coming on. Yeah, she's a lovely model. She really is. Yep, coming on nicely. The other thing I'm not proud of myself. Okay, you know what? She's done. A couple hours, well spent, I think. Yeah, she'll do with that. I'm going to find some steam for that, which I'll show you later. Yeah, should look quite good. You know what? If I get a chance, I might even do another one tonight. It's so much easier once they're all kind of airbrushed green. Yeah, one Honda with multi-type rifle. Cool. Yeah, done another one. I've got to do the Gulang because look at that. It's just such a fabulous model. That's the sweepingness of it. He's just kind of spun round and he's targeting his next guy with his shotgun. Yeah, it's gonna look great. Yeah, the white helmet, shoulder pads, grey coat, dark grey. Yeah, he's gonna look great. Yeah, enjoy painting this one. that shotgun is huge. Gulag, shotgun. Yeah, next. Tip for today. Don't eat a whole one of these, it makes you feel sick. Painting this next. Okay, so it is Wednesday the 30th in limbo. The time between Christmas and New Year. That is nice and hard now. It's gone off, it's lovely. So I want to do some airbrushing on that today. I want to get that kind of finished today if I can. It's not much weathering because it's supposed to be inside a spaceship, so it's not going to be too weathered. So it's not too bad. And I was supposed to be doing some of him last night, but unfortunately I had beer and yeah, beer happened, and we all know what happens to when you paint and drink beer at the same time. So hopefully I want to get him done, and I want to get that done today if I can. Also maybe even a bit of a tidy up because there's a mess down there. Yeah. Okay, so I've got some paint on this guy. It's such a nice little model. I've got the light grey and the dark grey, so it's matching the rest of the army. So it's quite a nice little colour scheme I've got going there. A bit of silver on the base, so he's there. So it gives me time to start thinking about this one. Zoom back. So we'll start putting some paint on there, and to do that, I'm going to do some airbrushing. I'm not going to show you that on camera or anything because it takes 3 hands as it is. So I'll kind of go through what I'm going to do. So I've got my airbrushes. I've got this one, which is a Hardner and Steinbeck Ultra. I use this one for actual miniatures. It's a nice fine. It's relatively inexpensive. Okay, depends on what you call expensive, but it's about 50-60 quid. But it really is nice. And for as good as I am ever going to be, it's probably going to be as good as I need to do miniatures. So yeah, that is lovely. The movement is nice. It's all lovely. But this is scenery. So scenery wise, I'm going to use a Chinese import, cheap eBay, and it's as good as anything. Well, actually, I'm going to use this one because it's a little bit nicer. It's got it off eBay. It's just a Chinese import, and they're as good as anything, especially for doing scenery. And if you ever thought about doing some scenery, I would definitely think about. If you ever think about doing an airbrushing, definitely think about getting a cheap eBay one and just having it go on scenery. Start on scenery, take it from there, and it's definitely worthwhile because it'll get you into airbrushing, and it's nice and simple, and it's not too expensive. And when you're doing scenery, you want big brushes anyway. And that's that pop back. Compressor wise, I've got that one inside here. It's got a tank on it because I quite like the regular pressure. Again, that was off eBay, and it's lasted lovely. Stick it on there, away it goes. So this one painted. It's had a dark grey rattle can. It's a gloss colour. Covers this MDF lovely, like I said. I think I said it was from Wilko's, that paint, and it's actually from Wilkinson's. So yeah, it's from Wilkinson's, a British company, but that's the paint. It's from Wilkinson's, not Wilko's, like I said earlier. Sorry about that. Yeah, Christmas. So I've got the dark grey rattle can. I'm going to line it up in the kind of light patches. A light grey. I'm going to get some dark grey around the gubbins just to kind of get some tone, and then get it all blast over with some matte varnish just to get rid of the shininess. And that's pretty much it. I might do some chips, a few chips, but again, it's supposed to be on a spaceship, so it's not going to be too weathered as it is, so because it's going to be indoors and in a spaceship, but we'll see how we get on. So leave me with it, and we'll see how we get on. Okay, so that's the light grey on, and as you can see, it just makes it ping straight away. One of the easiest of the airbrushing, just kind of like do the big flat bits, big flat areas, just a lighter colour in your base coat, and it just makes it ping. And a little bit fading on there. A nice simple technique. with a cheap airbrush. And those tile blasters don't look too bad. So I'm going to give it the gubbins a bit of a black, a darker grey. And you know what I'll do? I'll get some paint chips. But yeah, it was really easy. Okay, so dark's done, white's done, not very even as you can see. I thought while I was there with the airbrush out, I might as well make a glowy light as well, so there's a glowy light on there as well. And what I'm going to do now is get rid of that gloss with the matte varnish. So I'm going to give it a quick blast over with the matte varnish, and away we go. So yeah, that's really quick. Marvellous. Okay, so windows open because it's getting quite foggy in here, and it's getting colder. As you can hear, the cars and traffic outside is getting silly. So this is where we are so far, and I think it needs a bit something else. So what I've done is I've cut, I'm going to make a template out of this. So I'm going to cut that out with a sharp knife, and I'm going to make a stencil just for there, I think, just to give it that little bit extra. So I think that should look good. Well, it'll either work or it won't, so well, let's give it a go. What's worse that can happen? I repaint it. Okay, so a little bit of effort, a little bit of cutting, and it results in that, which I think is quite nice. I certainly do. It kind of brightens up a little bit. So H1.1 because it's a hole and it's the first one. So yeah, I'll let that dry off now. I'm going to do some silver chipping later, but for now that's looking good. Really impressed. So focus. So I've done a few more bits and pieces on this fella. It's starting to look really nice. The white needs another coat, at least one, and a bit more detail on the base. But yeah, he's looking good. He's looking really good. Quite pleased with him. So a little bit more detail on him and he'll be done, which is nice. And then on this one, it's looking quite good. I'm going to put some happy little paint chips on it. I'm not going to go overboard. Maybe a few little bits and pieces, but nothing major. And so it looks like we're nearly there. So it's all good. Okay, I'm going to call this guy done now. He's such a lovely model. I'm not going to ever focus. Come on. Here we go. I'm never going to do him justice, but from kind of distance, he looks great, doesn't he? Yeah, pleased with that. Nice profile too. And the arm is looking good. Okay, he might not be fantastic on his own, but really pleased with this. So let's have a look at him with his mates. Yeah, not those two looking hopefully like that with the others. So starting to look nice. Quite a few. So that's a Yujing box and beyond. Yeah, if I can speak, need more coffee or beer. So only a couple more to do. I'll do them over the New Year's Eve, New Year's Day kind of thing. So hopefully you'll join me on the next video and we'll get those done. And a bit more terrain. Talking of terrain, yeah, look at that. Really pleased with that. Come on, I've just done a few bits and pieces. There's a few bits of chips and things on there. You can't really see them, but it's supposed to be on a spaceship, so not too bad. Long way down. Look at that way. So yeah, I'm pleased with how that's come out. And if you do one, just let me know. Show me some pictures of yours, because I'm sure it was really easy to do, obviously, as you've seen. But yeah, really pleased. Looks good. and it's big enough to cover a Silhouette 2, which is always nice. But yeah, really pleased with that. And with that, calling those done. Hi guys, thank you for watching, and if you've got this far, you're heroes and a bit of legends. Really pleased with the Gulang and the Hundun. Go really well with the rest of the Karlstrom using, and I'm really pleased with that hole in the whole scenery. The well, yeah, the hole through the infinity mirror thing. So really pleased with that. You'll see that on a few tables hopefully, and yeah, join me on the next one. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please give us a like, and if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. It all helps to keep us motivated and raises the profile of our channel and Infinity the game, bringing it to a wider audience. And don't forget, if you're so inclined, you can also find us on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you!